Hello everyone, welcome to Kumari's Kids channel. Today's story is going to be Robin Hood. Robin Hood lived with his merry men in Sherwood Forest. Some people say he was a hero. Others called him a bandit. Why? Because he robbed from the rich to give the poor. One day, Robin and his friends, Little John, saw King Richard's golden carriage pass by. But the king was away at war. Instead, it was the king's wicked brother, Prince John, pretending to be king. Seeing him, they gave Robin an idea. Robin and Little John disguised themselves as lady fortune tellers. Then they raced after the royal coach. Robin cried, "Fortunes, focus, lucky charms." Inside the coach, Prince and John had grown bored with counting his money. He was even more bored with Sir Hiss the snake, who served as his aide. Sir Hiss spent his life trying to please the prince, but always managed to irritate him instead. Today, Sir Hiss had accidentally mentioned King Richard. Silly serpent, Prince John snarled. "I told you never to mention my brother's name." Just then Prince John saw the fortune tellers and was ready for some amusement. Sir Hiss tried to warn him that the female tellers may be bandits. "You have hissed your last hiss, suspicious snake," Prince John scolded. As he looked Sir Hiss in his basket, Prince John ordered his coachman to halt. "Step inside," he said to Robin and Little John. Robin and Little John set up their crystal ball and put a fine show for the prince. They knew exactly how to appeal to his greed. Prince John gazed into the crystal ball, so charmed by the thought of riches that he paid no attention to the hissing sounds coming from the serpent's basket. Sir Hiss suspected a trick. Sir Hiss hissed even louder when Robin grabbed hold to Sir John's huge sacks of gold and slid them quietly across the floor. The snake poked his long tail through a crack in the basket and tried to hang onto the gold, but he failed. Robin leaped from the carriage with the gold, pausing only long enough to snatch the fancy ermine clock right off Prince John's back. Meanwhile, Little John managed to drain even more coins from a locked trunk, stealing them from right under the noses of the bearers who were supposed to be guarding them. Then Little John loosened the wheels on the golden carriage. When the prince finally realized that he had been tricked, he was enraged. "I've been robbed," yelled the furious prince. Robin Hood and Little John were already running away. Prince John ordered his guards to follow the thieves, but the carriage didn't get very far before its wheels fell off. With this carriage disabled, Prince John had no hope of catching up with the thieves. He had to watch helplessly, dressed only in his underwear, as Robin and Little John disappeared into Sherwood Forest, both of them loaded with jingling coins and jewels. By the time the Prince John returned to his castle, he was beside himself with rage. He sent off his henchmen, the wicked sheriffs of Nottingham. It was the sheriff's job to collect taxes, and he was very good at it. He could sniff out gold whenever it was hidden. For example, a poor blacksmith had tried to hide a few coins inside the cast on his broken leg. But the sheriff simply grabbed the blacksmith's leg and shook out the gold. Even the good farrier Tuck couldn't stop. So when Prince John decided to take his revenge on Robin by raising the taxes yet again, the sheriff was more than happy to help. He headed for Skippy Bunny's house. It was Skippy's birthday, and his sisters had saved all year to give him a shiny new gold coin. "Happy birthday," the sheriff said. With that, he snatched the coin and was gone, leaving Skippy in tears. Fortunately, Robin Hood showed up a few minutes later. Skippy stopped crying when he saw the Robin had brought not only more gold but some special birthday gifts, a bow and an arrow. Absolutely everyone excited about the tournament of golden arrows. The best archer in the kingdom would win a kiss from the lovely maid Mariam. Robin loved Marian. Even though he was afraid such a high-born lady of quality would never marry an outlaw, he decided to enter the tournament disguised as a straw. With luck, he would win Marian's kiss, and Prince John would never be the wiser. Robin didn't know the Prince John had devised the tournament as a trap. Everyone knew that Robin Hood was the best archer in the land. By the end of the day, only 2 archers were left, the Stork and the Sheriff. Then the Stork fired his final arrow, a perfect bull's eyes. Maid Marian was overjoyed, for she knew the stroke must be none other than Robin Hood himself. And although Robin didn't know it, she was in love with him too. Archer, I command you, and because of your superior skills, you shall get what is coming to you. Prince John said. Then as Robin bowed, Prince John sliced off the stroke disguised with a sweep of his sword. Seize himself, Prince John shouted. The sheriffs led Robin away. Robin knew that the justice would only be done when King Richard returned, and so he said bravely, "Long live King Richard." Mention of the king's name made Prince John leap angrily from his throne. Then he felt someone holding a dagger to his back. It was Little John disguised as a pet of Duke. "Tell him to unite my body or I will," Little John said to him. The prince had no choice. Robin and Little John had bested him again. But the two outlaws still had a fight, a messy battle with the guards before they made their escape back to Sherwood Forest. Robin Hood waved to his mate Marian as he disappeared into the woods. Back at the castle, Prince John was furious, and as usual, he was taking it out on Sir Hish. This time he squeezed the snake until he turned green. "Double the taxes," said the prince. "Triple the taxes," squeezed every last drop out of those insolent peasants. So the prince raised taxes, and the sheriff happily set out on his mission to make the poor people of Nottingham even poorer. Finally, there was only one coin left in town, in the church collection box. The sheriff took it. "You thieving scoundrel!" shouted Friar Tuck. He was so angry he flew at sheriffs with his fists raised. That gave the sheriff the excuse he had been waiting for. He threw the good friar in prison.